Welcome to Yaptopia! We are down here at Yapston Village, standing in the shadow of some very creepy villagers who just keep staring at me. And also the newest addition to the sort of wider city of Yapston. So, just behind us here, we have the station, which was added off stream and off video. This is Yapston Village station, so this is actually connecting my wife's sort of district that she's been playing around with to the main land, essentially, the main island. So from here, we can get to the volcano line, and on the volcano line, we can reach Upper Yapston, or, of course, the super secret volcano lair. So what we're going to do, of course, is head to Upper Yapston, and we are going to go and get ourselves a new job from our mighty overlord, the Jobinator 3000, and we're going to see where today will take us. Press the button to get a job. Construction. Lighthouse construction on small island off of south coast to encompass the nether portal. So that is actually that portal just over there. Let's go take a look and see what we're going to be dealing with. Okay, so we're probably going to need to build up the island a bit around here as well, just to give a bit more of a platform for the portal. Plus, I don't really want the lighthouse to be sitting on sand, so if we build up the area around it with a bit of stone, do a bit of terraforming, then we should be able to build quite a funky lighthouse on here. And we are also going to need to connect that to the mainland. So I'll probably stick a bridge across here, go for a diagonal bridge, because we haven't really done any of those yet. And I think that could be an interesting experiment. Or a terrible idea, one of the two. Cool. Right, I'm going to go get some resources, and I'll be back here in just a moment. I'm back on the island where we're going to be building our lighthouse, and I've collected lots and lots of resources, and I've lit up the island a bit this time, so hopefully you'll actually be able to see what it is I'm building if the sun goes down. I am slowly learning that it helps with the time-lapse if you can actually see what's going on. So what I've done is just grabbed lots of resources, so this is all the different things that I assume I'm going to need. It's pretty much the same materials that I've been using closer to Yapston, sort of on the sort of Yapston Village, I should say, closer to what I've been using on the bridge and things like that. So we've got some of the blue terracotta as well, because I think that's just a really nice colour highlight. And yeah, I made a lot when we started doing the wall and adding things into the village. So I've got plenty at the moment, and I don't mind using a bit of it for this. And yeah, other than that, just the usual sort of wood, stone. And yeah, I want to actually terraform this island. So I want this side over here to be raised up over this side, because that's where the lighthouse is going to go. Or if not raised up, at least I want to make sure that the lighthouse sort of, you know, you step up into it. So it could just have a large base or something like that. But there's also a lot of sand on this island. So all around the back here, it's all very sandy. And overall, I'm just not overly happy with sort of the volume of sand and the shape of it. So I'm going to start off by terraforming this island. I'm going to build up stone and make it more of a rocky outcrop as opposed to a sort of random pile of sand on one side and grass on the other. And then I'll be using coloured wool just to place out the lighthouse and the attached sort of house or two I'm going to have for the lighthouse keeper's cottage, and work out where exactly I'm going to be putting the bridge. But I think it's likely to go across here at a diagonal, because that seems to be sort of the most direct way, and I think that's going to lead nicely into then the couple of houses and the lighthouse. But let's get going with some terraforming.
Let's take the week off, fly to Copenhagen, bask in the passage where we nearly made us. Meet with all the old folks, let's play Frank Sinatra, Ollie and Daisy, come and see us play. Oh, life is good. Oh,
Okay, so we've made a good start on the terraforming. I've decided to cover it in grass for now because I think I'm going to have a bit leading down here to a dock that can then sort of, be essentially a sea route to the docklands over at Upper Yapston. And at the top here, I played around with a couple of different layouts. My initial circle for the lighthouse I feared was going to be a bit too large because I want the base to actually get a bit wider as it goes down here. So I've sort of shrunk it at this level so that when we actually get to building the lighthouse, we can then extend it down, extend out the base and so on. And at that point we'll cover up the rest of the sand as well, because a lot of that's going to end up essentially inside the lighthouse. So that shouldn't be an issue. And the lighthouse is going to be nice and large over there. And then we're going to have the lighthouse keeper's cottage over here. The door's probably going to be somewhere around here. And I've just done it as a slightly sort of couple of offset squares just to make it a bit more interesting. I might stick a sort of outbuilding type bit here as well. I'm not entirely sure yet, but we're just going to make that up as we go along. So I think I'm probably ready just to crack on and start getting these buildings down. Wish me luck. this is where we are at with the buildings. I'm really liking how they've come along. I think they sit quite nicely together. Only one slight problem I've noticed is that I did build the house a little bit too close to the tower, so, you know, it's not sort of game breaking, it doesn't affect it too much, but it is a little bit annoying that the roof hangs down slightly in front of the doorway, but it's not annoying enough to warrant moving the entire house. I have also noticed that I've completely missed out this roof section there and there, so I will get those filled out as well. The last thing remaining is the bridge here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to jump on a live stream and build this bridge, because I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do it as yet. So yeah, I'm just going to try and enlist the help of the community and see if people can point me in the right direction and see if we can't get something that looks quite good. I'll probably also have a go at doing the sort of dock down here as well on the live stream, depending on how the bridge goes, but we will see. If you want to join me on any of the live streams, obviously you'll miss the one that this video mentions, but you can find me on Twitch. There is a link in the description below. I try and stream a couple of times a week, but that does vary depending on work. Sometimes you'll see spoilers from upcoming episodes, because I may well be working on something for one of my videos, but most of the time I'll actually be doing something completely different, usually the bridge on the other side of that mountain, which is... It's just taking forever, but once that's done, I'll be very, very happy. So yeah, I will see you guys in a minute, and hopefully I'll see you in future over on Twitch as well. Well, I think it's safe to say that I did it again. Got a little bit carried away, been like that time at Christmas. Do you remember that? Do you remember Christmas when I said I was just going to build a building and then I built an entire village? Well, this isn't quite as extreme as that. However, let's take a look at where we're at. So, from standing here, it's all looking pretty cool, I think. I did end up enlisting the help of the wife. She's jumped in and pretty much did the interior of the keeper's cottage for us. Almost called it a fisherman's cottage there. And in the meantime, I was focusing on finishing off the tower and adding a few other little bits. And there's a tree. I also planted some trees. So, as we come down here, just to tie in the lands with the rest of the village a bit more, we're going to be putting in some farms and farmhouses and so on. So I've just made a start of that by planting a wheat field off to the side here. And this then leads us up to the Yapston Lighthouse Bridge. So this was a bit of a pain. I've not built a bridge on an angle before, but we tackled this on the live stream. This was the first thing we went for on the live stream, and I'm quite pleased with how it's come out. I think we've still managed to get sort of some semblance of an arch in there. We've carried across the same sort of style that we have over on the bridge, over on the bridge over on that side, with the sort of the purple or blue terracotta, I should say. That's definitely purple, not blue. But overall, I'm very pleased with how that's come along. I've also used the end stone here again for the tops of the bridges, because I just think it works so well for the top of a bridge when combined with the stone brick. The end stone brick is just awesome. Awesome. Love it. Okay, so as we go around here, this goes down to a sort of the private jetty we spoke about. Not completely happy with how it is. It looks a bit chunky in some places, so I'm going to play around with the design of that a little bit more, I think. But I'll do that off camera, and maybe we'll eventually have a small dock down there that I'm happy with. Over here we have the keeper's cottage. So as I said, this was pretty much the interior was done by Mrs. Beardstone. And in here we've just got a small room. We've got some lovely bright orange curtains hanging up as well. Not too much going on, but a nice little bit of detail. And then as we go through here, we've just got the hallway, and then we've got the kitchen, which I think she's done a great job with, using sort of the barrels and carpets as sideboards. We've got some more curtains hanging up as well. And yeah, an amazing view over of Upper Yapston and the Kraken. So I'm actually quite pleased with how that's come out. As we continue around to the side, we've just got some barriers to stop you falling to your death. And then we've got Yapston Lighthouse, which, as I pointed out earlier, is a little bit close to this overhang, but I'm not going to go rebuilding anything at this stage. And as you can hear, if you listen very, very carefully, that is the sound of a portal, which is just on the other side here. So with the interior, I've kept it nice and simple. I've just basically put black concrete all around the inside and put some sort of coloured glass at the top here just to give it a sort of crystalline effect. And I managed to squeeze in, I don't know if you see them, there you go, there's a few sea lanterns there as well, which just sort of served to light up the underside of it. Without those, it was a little bit dark. But I'm quite pleased with how that's come out, because you wouldn't think you were in a medieval lighthouse when you go in there. It does, however, mean that there's currently no way to get to the top, so I might have to work something out for that. I'm also considering replacing the floor down here with a sort of stained glass floor, and having it so you can sort of look down and have more of the glass panes underneath the lighthouse and underneath the portal, because I think that could look quite cool, but who knows. For now, however, I will be calling this the end of the video. It's been a long day. I ended up doing 2 streams today, one for this and one for the Paper Hats SMP, which is should hopefully be part of the new series. I'm working on a video at the moment. We're going to see how that comes out. But there may well be a new series starting later in the week for the Paper Hats SMP. As always, I just want to say a huge thank you for stopping by. If you have enjoyed the video, please do remember to like and subscribe, and of course hit that bell to be notified when I have a new video coming out. Bye bye now.